Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one of those things that I've been dying to film for a really long time. A while ago on Instagram, I saw the most mesmerizing video of some girl applying her foundation, and it was the most flawless application. It literally looked like she was putting on a second skin, but it was like a perfect second skin. And ever since seeing it for the first time, I saw it time and time again. So I knew that one day I wanted to order the foundation and try it for myself. I like just natural looking skin. I really don't like anything too matte, anything too heavy, anything too airbrushed looking. I just want my skin to look like a better version of my skin. So that's to me what this foundation looks like it achieves. So you may have heard of the brand. It is called IL MAKIAGE, and you probably have seen these videos online as well. I was able to order this foundation and just pay $5 for shipping, and they sent it to me for 14 days to use, to try, see if I like it, and if I don't, I could send it back completely free, no strings attached. I was like, perfect, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna document it. Hopefully it's amazing and I keep it. If not, I'm able to return it, which is really nice. You know, you don't normally have that option when purchasing foundation. It does retail for $44, $45, so it is pretty pricey in my opinion, but we'll see if it's worth it. So a quick background on the ordering process. They make you take a pretty quick quiz. The quiz is very easy to navigate. You know, sometimes these quizzes ask you questions that you have no idea how to answer when it comes to your skin tone, and makeup. They definitely want to know what type of skin you have, what kind of foundation you normally use, the coverage you prefer, and the finish that you desire. So I went through the quiz, and then at the end they kind of generated the perfect foundation and color match for me. So we'll see if it actually worked. So this arrived just a couple of days ago. It came in this nice black bubble wrap. A very sleek little box. Comes from New York, I like that. These products are yours for 14 days, starting on the day they were delivered. If you love them, you keep them. If you shockingly don't, visit the website to download your return label and send back any returns within 14 days of delivery. At the end of the trial, you'll only be charged for the products you keep. Here's a little literature. Over 75% of women get foundation wrong. Get yours right. Apply 2 pumps to your entire face, jaw, and neckline. Blend out with a brush or sponge, not by hand. Wait 5 minutes for foundation to set before checking the shade. Don't match to your neck or wrist. They're a totally different tone than your face. Finish your face with concealer, blush, and bronzer. Wear for a full week to determine if it's perfect for you. So the package kind of opened itself, but it looks like the foundation sits in this base, which it does. So that's kind of cool. Let me just get rid of all the... Okay, so this is what it is supposed to look like. And you just pop the top of the box off, and it's nicely displayed in this little platform here. It's a nice frosted bottle, really clean label. There's a pump. That's a huge selling point for me. And this is their Woke Up Like This Flawless Base Foundation in the shade 60. After I took my quiz, they determined that I have a medium to light skin tone, which I think is pretty accurate, especially this time of year. I have a neutral undertone. That's always tricky for me. I don't know if I have warm or cool undertones. They determined that I wanted lightweight coverage, which is pretty accurate. I like my foundations to be a little more lightweight as I don't have too much to cover, but I believe this is buildable, so that's a nice option. It's kind of a 2-in-1. And then it was determined that I wanted a natural finish, which is spot on. I really don't like a matte or super dewy finish. I want my skin to look like this, but clear. The brand is 100% cruelty-free, which I know is so important to a lot of you, and it's something that I definitely want to become more conscious about. So this foundation has a natural matte finish, buildable coverage, and it also has vitamin E and hyaluronic acid incorporated into it. So I'm just gonna go ahead, apply it to my face. It said wait a few minutes before applying any other products, and I'm just gonna show you guys how it works. They recommend applying with a blender or a brush, so we're gonna go with this little guy. Apply 2 pumps to your entire face, jaw, and neckline, and then blend out. I'm gonna apply it right to my face. I'm just gonna start with 2, and then we can always add more. Definitely lightweight. Pretty impressed. I find that I have a really difficult time articulating how I feel about a new product, but let me really break this down. It's very, very lightweight, but on the skin, you don't see it. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it really does blend into your skin. It looks incredibly natural, and that's what I was hoping it would look like. I don't know if I want to go ahead and do my concealers and powders and finish the look, or apply a second coat just to see how buildable it is. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's still a little red here. My chin definitely can use a little more coverage. Honestly, I'm also just curious to see how it builds. Why not? We're testing it out. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a second coat. So that's 2 coats. Honestly, it doesn't look, no it does. It does look a little bit thicker. I'm gonna go in quickly with a damp beauty blender and just kind of tap around my face because I feel like this helps eliminate any brush strokes or dry areas. Right off the bat, I think the color match is pretty spot on, but they say to wait 5 minutes for the foundation to set before you really see the true match. So I'm gonna let it set for a bit, but crap, I think I like it. The more I look at it, the more it just looks like skin. Holy moly. And I haven't even put the rest of my makeup on yet. This is gonna be interesting. When I get up really close and personal, let's see if you can see. Around this area, it looks really, it's like starting to break up, and I can't tell if my skin is just really dry, but my cheeks, it settled so nicely into my pores. My forehead looks great. Like, it just looks like natural skin. It's been about 5 minutes. I will say the color match is pretty perfect. I'm gonna go apply the rest of my makeup. Let me go do that off camera and then I'll be right back. All right, the rest of my makeup is on, and honestly, my face, I feel, looks really good. I've been using a cream stick concealer, which I really have been loving, but I feel like today it applied so much better. When I put it over this foundation, it was almost like thicker and creamier. I feel like it blended a little bit easier. I don't know how to explain it, but the products that I use on a daily basis worked really well with this foundation. So I'm very happy about that. I'm really happy with the completed look. Really doesn't look like I have makeup on. I mean, it does look like I have makeup on. It really did like melt into my face. I don't know how else to explain it. The area around my chin, this is an area that tends to get a little more dry. This I'm not loving. After applying the rest of my makeup, I think it looks better than it did initially, but we'll see how this wears throughout the day. I do want to check back in before bed so I can show you how this wore. Right now, I think it's about noon, but I'll have a good 9-10 hours of wear, and I think that should be sufficient to see if this is worth keeping or not. But first impressions, I'm so bummed to say that I'm really happy. And that sounds awful. Normally you want products to impress you and you want them to work, but the very last thing I need in my life is another foundation. But if this ends up being something that can replace all of my other foundations, it was totally worth it. It always looks really good on camera, but in my makeup mirror, I can tell if it looks bad or not. Like, as I look in my mirror here, I'm really happy with what I see. This might be a foundation that I also try for a few days. I don't think this is gonna be a one and done. I think I really am gonna take the full week to see if I love it as much tomorrow as I did today. I'm gonna make sure that I give you an update before I go to bed tonight, and I'm gonna insert that footage right here. I had to grab my camera phone real quick just to film a quick update. I did this makeup about 2 hours ago now, but our bathroom lighting is like the worst lighting that I've ever experienced in my entire life. I'll do my makeup in the natural light or in front of my ring light. It'll look amazing, and then I'll come in the bathroom, look in this mirror, and like want to die because I just look like the crypt keeper. It always looks so cakey and dry, but I just came in here and I'm shocked by how not disappointed I am with how my makeup looks in our bathroom mirror. So that's like kind of a huge thing for me. I don't know if you can tell. Usually this looks just so dry and cakey, and you look really powdery. Now, mind you, I did nothing different in my routine today except use that foundation. So all of the other products I kept the same, but I'm just very happy. This bathroom is usually like a nightmare. All right, it is 10:45. 10:43, and I wanted to do a quick check-in before I went to bed. So overall, I'm pretty surprised. For the most part, this makeup held up very, very well. Around my jawline and kind of under here, I feel like it started to get a little splotchy and rub off a little bit. It's almost like I need to do these updates before I sit down to watch a TV show or something, because I always end up laying on a pillow, kind of dozing off for a few minutes, and then waking up realizing it's time to get ready for bed and I didn't film an update. So I feel like when that happens, I kind of tamper with the results or the update, but overall my skin looks quite good for almost 11 hours of wear. Definitely like up here, I am a little shinier, but I wouldn't say that I'm terribly greasy. I did not touch my face at all since applying my makeup. No blotting, no powder, no nothing. I just reapplied a lip right before I filmed this because that wears off pretty quickly. I want to know if you can tell if it looks a little splotchy. My cheeks look great, and I feel like the cheeks are where I can usually tell. Between my brows, it looks a little spotty, and then my nose I feel like always rubs off. Like I mentioned earlier, I do have 14 days to try it, so I'm definitely going to wear this again tomorrow to see how it goes. I think I might try with some different skincare products and a primer. I did not wear a primer today. I don't normally wear a primer, but when I do use a foundation, I like to try to because it does make a huge difference. So I'm curious to see if that'll maybe help. I will be applying my makeup much earlier tomorrow, probably like 8:30 in the morning, so I'll see how that whole day goes. I definitely want to give this another shot because this might not be going back. I may end up keeping this. Hey guys, so I'm actually editing this video right now, and I wanted to film one more clip really summarizing my thoughts on this foundation because I have worn it 4 more times, and I think the first time I used it, which you see in this video, I just had like new makeup euphoria. Like, have you ever gotten a new product or new skincare, even a new outfit, and the first time you use it, you are just completely blown away? I think I had a little bit of that going on, but I also think there were some other circumstances that changed my mind about it. So I did wear it a few more times. 2 of the times I tried different primers, and I have to say, I don't think it wore well with a primer at all. I think this foundation really works best just right on top of your moisturizer. It just needs to like blend into your skin to make it look super natural. So the days that I wore it with no primer definitely were better than the days that I wore it with a primer, but the more I used it, the more I realized it wasn't as incredible as I thought that first day. So yesterday I actually did pack it up and sent it back. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to try it, but I do think I prefer some of my other foundations to this one. For me, it was pretty pricey, so I didn't feel like investing in that particular shade because that's really only good for like this time of year. My skin tone tends to change throughout the seasons, and I don't think I'd be able to get that much use out of it. Overall, it was a pretty good product. I do think that if you order it, you will have to play around with the best way to use it. Anytime I use any other foundation, if I use a primer, it makes a huge difference, but yeah, this one, the primers did not want to cooperate. It started to break up, it just didn't look as smooth. It really started to look like makeup and look a little cakey, which is what I wanted to avoid. So yeah, I did send it back, but thank you IL MAKIAGE so much for the opportunity to try it. I think that's such a nice option that you give your customers. And while I didn't have a terrible experience, I just don't think that it was the life-changing foundation for me. That's a wrap on this video. If you've tried the IL MAKIAGE foundation or anything else from their line, please leave me a comment below just because I'm curious what your experience was and if you enjoyed any of their other products. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go wrap up my editing, get this video live, and I will see you guys in the next one.